Before we get started, I just want to say shouts out to Kendrick Lamar for bringing home 5 Grammys, the most for any rapper. Well, I would say next to Lauryn Hill in hip hop history for one song. A phenomenal accomplishment. I love it. The culture love it. The culture has spoken. The culture loves it. The culture love it. And I'm just proud of my boy, man. And it's incredible that a diss song, no diss song has ever won a Grammy ever. No diss song has ever won a Grammy. And the fact that it won 5, plus the music video too. Shouts out to Mustard. The whole PG Lang, TDE camp, man, they just showed exactly what happens when you are of the culture. I've said it time and time again. Artistic integrity means everything. When you've got ghostwriters, you ain't shit compared to somebody who is genuinely writing from a real place. I don't even know if you wrote it at this point, you know. We're not going to get on that tangent, but I just want to say shouts out to Kendrick Lamar, bro, because that Grammy sweep was incredible. It's historic and it's never been done before. And that is what happens when you are of the culture. The culture rewards you, man. The culture gods, they're on your side. And the culture gods definitely were on Kendrick Lamar's side this past year. So shouts out to him. What up, humans? You know me. I'm your herald of the dawn. Look at this. Look at it. It is so fantastic. Got some Sue Storm action. We got Thing, Johnny Storm, Mr. Fantastic over there. Yeah, go look at it. Now look at me. Welcome back to the Culture Guys channel with your boy Mike. So the Fantastic Four trailer has just dropped. I'm gonna say first and foremost right out the gate, I loved it. I'm excited. There's a lot of negative, what's the word I'm looking for? You humans fascinate me. Everything is tainted nowadays with how a lot of people view movies and trailers. And I get it and I understand it. I understand why. It doesn't help that there are people that have platforms that continue to perpetuate the same fucking narratives over and over again. I just want to get back to enjoying movies and enjoying trailers and getting hyped and excited about trailers and movies again. That's why I started this channel. I watch these trailers and a lot of these movies and I'm excited. And I understand that if you're of a certain age, you are desensitized and you've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? You've been around during the Blade era. You know what I'm saying? You remember how exciting the Sam Raimi Spider-Man was when they first announced X-Men as a movie, a live action movie. We remember these things, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get excited about things nowadays, and I get that. I remember Jurassic Park when it was the first trailer. That shit was amazing. The CG in that movie, it had never been done before. So to see stuff like this, I get it. It's hard to be excited about it, but I'm here, and I know there are millions of people like me that still get excited about trailers like this. So the Fantastic Four trailer just dropped. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I love I would say the cinematic expression of the movie, how vibrant, and it's a futuristic 60s. And for you kids that don't know, back in the day in the 60s, I was not around back then, by the way, but I do know that there was a period of time in America in the 1900s that they were on the cutting edge of technology, and there was a lot of imagery and a lot of ideas, especially around that time, about what the future held, especially because the 60s was around the time of the Cold War era between the United States and America, where there was a nuclear arms race. So America and Russia, of course, or the USSR at the time, they put a lot of propaganda out there in terms of like what America is capable of technologically. And they, or I would say we as Americans, just knew that technology was going to look like the Jetsons back in the 60s and the 70s, for real. That's why the Jetsons is what it is. That's why this trailer looks the way it is, because in the 60s, this was kind of like an idea of what America could be, or what America's technology could be in the far future. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they got it all wrong, but you know, it's like 60s technology as best as they could do back then. That's what you're seeing in this trailer. So when you see the robots, but it's still kind of a throwback to the 60s eras, as far as like I would say the aesthetic. It's a 60s aesthetic. That's what you're seeing. I know you kids don't get it, but it's like, think steampunk. You know what I'm saying? It's like a mixture of technology, but from the steam engine era. That's what you're seeing. So anyway, it's a beautiful trailer. I love that Thing is now CG. He's not a big costume rock guy, which I feel like you can do a lot more with CG. I love that they've given him the comic book style rock eyebrows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I know that everybody, so let's talk about the things that people don't like, right? Because we know everybody's on the internet only to talk about negative shit, because negative bait and rage bait is where it's at these days. I'm not about that life, but let's talk about it. And I want to address it because you humans are fascinating to me. Ben Grimm not having the deep voice only comes from the fact that the first Fantastic Four movie, Ben had a deep, gravelly voice, pun intended. And I get it. But y'all do know that Ben Grimm in the comics, you can't hear a voice in the comic books, right? So we don't know what his voice actually sounded like in the comics. Okay, let's keep that in mind. For everybody's nitpicking about his voice should be deeper. Says who? Right? Number two, they're nitpicking about the, my man Pedro Pascal. Now, would he have been my first pick as Mr. Fantastic? No. Reed Richards? No, not at all. And I am kind of getting Pedro Pascal'd out. Pause. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, if we're talking about things that Pedro Pascal has played in, right? And then we go look up his resume. Yeah, because I like to do the resumes on all the actors. Look, we gotta do some homework on you niggas. Make sure y'all up for the part. You know what I'm saying? I had enough of. I'm cool with him in terms of The Last of Us, for real. Pedro Pascal is I won't say fast rising star, because my man is, how old is he? He's 49 years old, so he's been around for a very long time. And he's just now in the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years getting his big break in Hollywood, where everyone kind of really knows his name. He's getting bigger, big name roles like The Mandalorian. He was The Mandalorian, of course. You know what I'm saying? The Last of Us. I am cool with those two properties, with him basically filling those roles and those properties and becoming names off of them. I didn't need him in a Marvel movie. It's almost like what Hollywood cracks me up is like, I know there are thousands of people that are auditioning every day. Okay, constantly. You mean to tell me you couldn't find somebody who fit a better role, that looked the part better than Reed Richards? And this is where I understand a lot of the comic books frustration, the fans' frustration about the roles and the picking and the casting for a lot of these comic book movies, while they race swap and then they gender swap. And it's like, you mean to tell me you couldn't have found nobody of all the up and coming, starving, hungry, desperate actors that are out there? You just recycle the same actors over and over for what? Because of the name? We would have been perfectly fine. Look, Sue Storm, Johnny, The Thing, they're actors that I would say are not household names, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? The only household name in this one outside of Pedro is my girl that's playing that's from the Ozark, who's playing Silver Surfer, the female Silver Surfer, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Which, again, we're not going to get on that. But I feel like that's my problem with Hollywood. Y'all keep recycling the same names over and over when there's thousands of starving actors out there that would love these roles, that would kill it if you just gave them a shot. And they're younger. Now, granted, age doesn't mean much because, you know, Reed Richards is older in the comics and everything. He's got the little gray patch and all that. But my point is, I wouldn't have been my first pick. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have been my first pick. I do think that he's going to make a good Mr. Fantastic. And I do think that the castings overall, I'm excited to see what these actors and what these people can do, you know what I'm saying, with this movie and take it to another level. I did not like the Fantastic Four with Michael B. Jordan. I did not like that movie at all. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make a more grounded, darker version of the Fantastic Four. It didn't work. This one, clearly they're doing, as a lot of these movies, they're looking back at the past and doing the opposite of what they did. Superman, vibrant, bright trailer. Fantastic Four, remember the old Fantastic Four movie was dark and shit. This one's bright and vibrant and a lot more colorful than the other one was. So I love that about it. Again, the cinematography in this, the direction is just looks beautiful, amazing. And I'm curious to see what they do. Galactus is in it, which is dope because that's part of the Fantastic Four universe. It's really part of the whole Marvel universe. And if Galactus is in it, then you already know another Herald is coming. And that is in the way of my girl, Julia Garner, who plays the Silver Surfer in this movie. She's the other Herald. Why they're not choosing the male Silver Surfer, I don't know. We'll find out soon. And that's all I got, man. Again, I'm excited. I'm not a doom and gloomer on this channel. I'm tired of the doom and gloom, y'all. I'm exhausted. The doom and gloom has gloomed me out, y'all, straight up. Like, y'all want to go to other channels and hear people rant about all the nitpicky things that they hate about something they haven't even seen yet. Be my guest. I'm not going to be an echo chamber for that nonsense anymore, bro. We got to turn the corner in a new direction when it comes to these movies and films and shows. And I'm not saying just liking everything for the sake of liking it. No, I'm gonna be real on this channel. If the shit's trash, I told you, I'm gonna come and tell you it's trash. If it's fire, I'm gonna tell you it's fire. But what I'm not gonna do is be an echo chamber of every other algorithm or part of the algorithm that's just hate bait and rage bait when I haven't even seen the movie yet. Yeah, there are some things that choices that I wouldn't have made, but I'm not the director. I'm just a fan. You know what I'm saying? But I am excited to see where the Fantastic Four can take the Marvel universe. That's what I'm curious about, because they were obsolete and really didn't count, and no one really gave two shits about the Fantastic Four prior to this shit. We didn't care about the Fantastic Four in comics growing up. We liked them. It was like, okay, they're there. But it was like they were just kind of a side piece story. I love Doctor Doom. I've always loved Silver Surfer. I love the whole Galactus Silver Surfer Herald thing. You know what I'm saying? Relationship. And I'm curious to see how they stop Galactus without any of the other heroes in the Marvel universe coming to help him, because Galactus is a force to be reckoned with, bro. He ain't no joke. And if you got the Herald helping him out, then, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You already know how, Heralds get down, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting. That's all I got. I'm excited for it. I hope y'all are too. I'll see you on the next video. You better pull up on me. Don't do it for me. Do it for the gods.